This is cool, isn't it? What's up, guys? It is a beautiful day here in Eagle River, Alaska. I am out on the lake that Kristen and I got married on. This is Beach Lake. It's currently snowing, maybe about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. I forget what that is in Celsius, but there you go. Today I'm gonna do this one shot because I have so much to talk to you guys about, and because it's snowing, it's hard to take the camera out in the elements because snow is not good for cameras or any electronic equipment, in case you didn't know that. Anyway, so yeah, I've been gone for the last couple of days. Obviously, haven't vlogged in a little while. I actually shot a vlog just before Kristen and I left for Vegas. That's where we were over the weekend. It was an awesome vlog, but then like so many things happened over the weekend that I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna post it because I have so many more things to say that would add on to what I was saying. So you guys, I probably shouldn't even talk about it. You guys didn't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so where am I gonna start with this? So I used to get bothered by things pretty easily. Some of you guys might have known that, and a lot of you guys probably don't, because I don't share a lot of negative things here on Dude Like Hella. I share like hard moments, but not really the stuff that happens in my mind. Some of the negative things that I was having an issue with was I would do this thing, what I've been calling lately, the yucky ducky. It's named after my cat Loki. Loki, he screams and yells, "Oh my God, Dad, the food is almost out of the bowl. I can see some of the silver on the bottom of the bowl. We're all going to die." You know, and cats are like that. Not all of them. Sparta, my other cat, he's just like, Dad'll feed me. It's all good. I'll come back whenever the bowl's full again. Not that I ever let it go empty. It's just a little bit of silver. It's so bad that like I almost want to like paint the bottom of the bowl brown so that he thinks there's always food in there. But he's a smart cat. I'll give him that. But anyway, so I call him the Yucky Ducky. Ducky is his like kind of nickname. And I say that because, yeah, he just complains a lot when there's no reason to complain. And I feel like for a long time, I've been guilty of that. Not that I complain, but that I let things sort of build up inside of me, and I worry, and I go, oh my God, until I stress myself out so much, and I go, I'm never gonna make this. I'm falling apart. It's like a spiral of negativity that I just don't need in my life, that I find myself getting into, you know, and I'm sure everybody's a little guilty of that. But yeah, I call it the Yucky Ducky, and so I understand that's happening in my life, and now I'm controlling it. But now it's over the weekend, I really started getting into, why does this happen? What are the triggers? What are some of the things that are causing me to become the Yucky Ducky? And one of the biggest things that really bothers me right now, or that, let's just say it in past tense, that was bothering me, because I've made a change. I'm really putting my foot down here. One of my biggest things was as a lot of you know, I was really big on YouTube. My work, that was my thing. My life was my work. That's all it was. And it's a hard truth to admit. And again, I know a lot of you guys know me well enough, but my work, until I met Kristen, was always my number one in my life. Always number one. There was nothing more important than work, and then everything else followed. And that, honestly, is a very, very unhealthy thing. It's good for somebody who's, they're alone, they don't plan on having anything else, this is them, this is all they do, that's their work, their life, that's fine. Whereas me, that's not the type of person I am. Like, I am a very family, friend-oriented person, and to do that to myself, it was really hard. So when my popularity on YouTube, I used to be really popular, as you didn't know. Really, it was good. I'm not trying to be egotistical. It's just the truth of it. But like, when I started seeing my popularity on YouTube fall, I began to question myself a lot. What am I doing wrong? And this and this and that. And then I started turning towards looking at other YouTubers. What are they doing right? How are they doing it better than me? And what is it that I can do better to be successful? What is it people want? And it wasn't that I was necessarily comparing myself to anybody or that I wanted to be anybody else. It's that I felt like I just wasn't good enough because there were so many people out there that were really darn good at what they do. And a lot of that had to do, honestly, with like social networking sites like Twitter, Facebook, places where I would sort of be pushed to, see that all the time. And I had more of an opportunity to have to do that. And I think it for me was just very unhealthy because, again, when I started YouTube, I didn't have any of that. I didn't have the ability to go look at other people. Yeah, you can subscribe, but it's not like I sat and I watched everybody's videos or I listened to what everyone said. In fact, I spent way more time just listening to myself and what I said and what I did. And when I started YouTube, it was never about I want to be. Oh, excuse me, that would be my phone telling me to eat. Sometimes I forget to eat because I get really excited. Yeah, it was never that I wanted to become, super popular on YouTube or that I wanted to make a buttload of money on YouTube. It never was that. My whole reason for being on YouTube and doing hang on a second, it's really hard. Gotta get my glove on, otherwise I'm gonna get too cold out here. It's only 20 degrees, but I don't get cold. I don't mind being cold. It's just that sometimes I don't mind being cold too much. And then I put myself at risk for frostbite, and that's, nobody wants frostbite. Back on track. Over the weekend, as I said earlier, Kristen and I, we went to Vegas. We saw the UFC 194, which was amazing. Go Conor McGregor. Oh my God, it was amazing to see that. The best 13 seconds. It was amazing. But Conor, after he won the fight, he said, winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. I was a winner at one point because I focused on myself all the time. And then I became a loser simply because of the fact that I started focusing on winners. I don't want to get back to my roots, but I definitely want to get back to what is healthy for me mentally, what is going to, benefit me the greatest. And I think for me, that is focusing on who I am and what I do and not trying to be anyone else or to try to, I'm not going to try to succeed in the ways that other people have succeeded. I need to succeed in my own way. Here's some of the videos that I took at UFC 194. It was amazing.
I always question her, but you, after seeing the way you fight, your physique and your skill, if you could call out somebody, male side, out of respect, who would you call out? Who would you want to be in the ring with?
I don't even call out the females. I don't think I can call out the males, but I do train with them every day, and they give me a good go. So, I don't even call out.
UFC 194 was hands down the most amazing event I've ever been to. In fact, I don't think I'll ever go to another UFC event. Like, that's my first and last because I know that it will never be that good again. I mean, maybe, but Oh my God, it was awesome. But you know what's messed up is a lot of people in the media said that like the Irish fans were too crazy, too wild, too obnoxious and loud and doing bad things. No, I totally disagree. I have to give it to the Irish fans, honestly. Like, yes, they were loud, but it's because they were proud. Were they obnoxious? No, they were just celebrating. They didn't hurt anybody. They didn't hurt anything. They never got in any fights. In fact, they were so awesome that, like, if you were there at the event, they embraced everyone as an honorary Irishman. Even though UFC 194 was hands down the most amazing event I've ever been to, it wasn't the thing that impacted me the most this weekend. In fact, it was the guy that sat next to us on the plane ride home. So there was this guy, he was almost my height. He was a real burly guy. You could tell he'd really been through a lot of stuff, right? His name was Joe. Joe, 45 years old. A lot like me, how we grew up. I mean, really scary, a lot like me. We even had like the same three-wheeler growing up. It seemed like we went to the same high school, but he was actually from Maine. He's from, the opposite side of the country. Well, Joe, even though, we went through a lot of the same things growing up, he sort of chose a lot of different paths in life. He was a fighter. He went through the military. He got to see a lot of things that I didn't see. I spent a lot of my time making people smile, and he spent a lot of his time protecting people. And, well, you're a fighter. I guess you're not always protecting people, but you know what I mean? He was very into that sort of physical stuff. But Joe was really interesting because it was almost like Joe was an alternate version of myself, and had went through all of the thoughts and the changes that I'm going through right now. And it was crazy because the whole flight, it was like 3 hours and maybe 30 minutes, 3 hours and 30 minutes long. We talked just nonstop. And this guy, it's like he said all the perfect things. And I can't even, I actually wrote down all of the things that Joe said. In fact, you know what? Down below in the video description, there's a whole thing about Joe. So read that, because that's going to explain Joe better than I'm going to be able to explain him now, because there was so much to it. Hey, Doug. Hi. How's it going? I love it. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of soul searching lately, as you guys can probably tell. Even the style of Dude Like Hell is changing a little bit, mainly because of the fact that I'm going through changes. I'm learning about myself, and I also I'm sharing my changes with you, because maybe some of you might take something from it. Because what was my point of being on YouTube? Make people smile, make people feel good, and to maybe help somebody else out there who might need this. So that was my weekend. There was a lot more to it. There was a lot more stuff that happened, but this was an amazing weekend. It has been an amazing experience, like the last several months. So yes, I am feeling awesome. I'm feeling so good. I'm doing a lot of thinking, a lot of soul searching, and of course sharing it, because I'm hoping that through this some of you might take something from it, and of course for myself, I'm going to watch this back later on, 2, 3 years, 10 years down the road, and go, yeah, okay. And maybe remind myself if I start going back through a hard time, because, hey, I'm human. Hard times, they kind of do this, right? I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully it levels out. I'm sure it will. But this is all a part of growing up. I'm becoming a dad, and apparently this is what happens when you become a dad. The women go through their emotional stuff, and they get, not that Kristen's going crazy emotional. She gets a little emotional sometimes, but it's only like she cries when she sees like sad commercials that really aren't sad. But for me as a dad, this is what I'm going through. No sympathy weight, doing good. Oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, I feel the wind coming on and I see a big snowstorm, so I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye before bad things happen to my electronic equipment. This battery's gonna die because it's really cold. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoy this. Goodbye. Whoa, damn, I gotta do that again.
Saying goodbye to sunshine, saying goodbye to warm. Heading to Alaska where ice will be the norm. So much to see, so much to do. And the best part is